So here it is, sir. So list of ledgers come into a Excel file, sir. So now, idea is, I'm done with the Jupyter notebook, sir. 10 lines. You can write whatever query you want here, the data will come out. The idea began doing this. Now tell me, sir, which is more easier? Doing it in the Excel 4 clicks of importing, or this is easier? So I'm going to give this 10 lines, but just to take the ledger master data, tell me which is more easy at the moment for you, frankly. Excel. But I'll tell you what advantages this can make. Sir, you all know section 16 of the CGST Act. Bizarre section. Section 16 subsection 1 says the input tax credit to be for the purpose of, no, I'm not very clear. It was not purpose of, in the furtherance of business. Then there is section 16 subsection 2, speaks about 4 conditions, A, B, C, D, and there are 2 provisos. All are conditions, few are futuristic conditions. So in that case, we have to apply multiple conditions and create a meaningful reports. So, very important line, sir, in this whole query, if you see, this particular line, data is equal to PD.read. So PD stands for Pandas data frame. Whoever done Jupyter notebooks, they know. Like in Excel we say tables or array, in Pandas they say data frames. The primary objective is, sir, what is the biggest trouble we have in Excel, sir? Any problem you're faced with Excel when you're working on with large data sets? It will say formula get computing. Finally it will not done, it will not get worked on. It has 10 lakh rows of data, but unfortunately if you have, it will work very good until you have 50,000 lines of data. When you have more than 50,000 lines of data, Excel will go irrelevant. In that case, the data can be loaded in Pandas. So the limit of Excel, theoretically they say 10 lakh rows. You all know practically it will not work. When you have large data sets, you have to load it to the data frame like this. It can help you out with lot of things. For example, last week we have done one integration in my office which read 300 PDF files and put it in Excel. There is another library called regex, together with Pandas it could be able to do. So variety of applications, sir. Also, for example, there are many clients happy about me, sir. They will think that every time 2B will go on time to the clients. Some analytics data will go on time to the clients. There will be some reports will be automated through a email to the client. The client will think, sir is very good, he is working day and night. Nothing like that, sir. 10 lines of script in this Python, sits inside the server, runs 24/7. Upon schedule, data is pulled out through whatever means, Excel or this Pandas, and mail is being sent. So, this can be a good tool, run 24/7. You need to know cron job, some other, through 2-3 dependencies, upon which this can be taken forward, sir. So this Pandas, there are number of rows it can read is unlimited. It can even read 100 million rows. All Excel functions like sort, everything can be done. You can write this particular line, sir. Data.get. I'm just doing at the last. I'm going to run it again. See here, sir. Next. Done. Still it's loading. So this is one function, data.add, some error. So the file is open already. Give me a moment, sir. Close. CS. Data.ed will show you what kind of content it has in the screen. So like this, 5 row or 10 row can be visible, but all the operations it will do with the background in a very smaller number of seconds. For example, one particular exercise of consolidating 600 2 years I've done, sir. 600 periods of 2A for one client which has operation in all 32 states of this country. It took me 45 minutes in Excel. It took me a little over 3 seconds in Python. So it does the calculation at a very high speed. Only one function of this pandas I've told you, data.ed open bracket, which will show you the data. There are a lot of functions which does your len, which does your sorting, which does filter, which does all transformation of the columns, which does all calculations, which inserts a new column. Everything is possible in this pandas, sir. Okay, and honestly, I want to share you one critical thing in this moment, sir. When I said about this to the chairman about that I'm going to teach introduction to Python and pandas, chairman was said, seriously, our members wants to know coding. This was a talk, sir, and finally DC sir and others agreed that yes, let's teach a bit of Python and pandas to them. Maybe small introductory part. Don't ask them to write codes. Ask them to copy the codes and paste it and run. That is what they told me. The moment last week when President sir visited this, I got a beautiful chance of 5 minutes sitting on one-on-one meeting with President sir. The moment he read this agenda, you would have seen the tools used. Last item will be pandas, Python and pandas, because initially we removed it. The moment read it, he said, I'm not happy. I could not find Python here. Sir, please read the last line, sir. Oh, really? You introduced Python? He was totally shocked, sir. And he wanted a copy. Basically, that copy was taken for chairman. He took it and kept it in his file because he wanted to take it forward. So this is what the power of Python can do, sir. Also, you all can wonder, Ram, you are speaking about voluminous of data. How do we will go and have such kind of data? We are a small and medium practitioners. I'll tell you a small story, sir. 5 years back, GST was introduced. You all know there is no manual filing in GST. You have only e-filing in GST. Let's take a small restaurant of 1,000 square feet somewhere in Chennai, sir. How many number of bills it will have in a day, sir? 1,000 square feet restaurant does all Swiggy, in-house dining, and also does parcel. 500 bills, sir? 500? Each having 2 items, sir. How many number of line items, sir? 1,000 line items in a day. In a month, sir? 30,000. In a year, sir? 3 lakh? 4 lakh? In a 5-year period, sir? Can Excel hold such kind of data? This is the number I'm speaking about, sir. So, when data grows bigger and bigger, you have only 2 options. In Excel, there is something called Power Query. Tomorrow, Charan sir will do in the morning session. Second option, maybe Karthik sir can throw some lights on it, whether Google Sheets can help you out with the voluminous of data. Third option is pandas. Okay, so with this I'll end my introduction to pandas, sir. If you can, yes sir. Pardon, sir? Yes, sir. There was this warning did not make the code to proceed on with this. So after that I could be able to write. I can put a small hash here, which is commenting like the code will not get executed. That's it. I have to fix this. It's an old library. I have to update this library. I'll put it, sir. Anytime you can copy. It is suggesting me there is a library called SQL Alchemy. Please use it. The older library which you are using, the PyODBC has been taken out of the scene. So it's giving me a warning symbol. That's it, sir. So any other questions you want me to take it forward on this Python, sir? I'm ready to take. Any doubts you have? Yes.
I want to learn further.
Sir, if you learn further Python, I'll tell you, sir, whatever I have. Because Python, from my point of view, for chartered accountants, I can classify into 3 types, sir. Number 1, you can go and learn the code Python. Everybody who says, I'm going to teach Python, they will teach the code Python in a black color screen. a UI method of like, a command prompt kind of screen where they will teach you string operations, how to concatenate A and B, how to do a division, how to do a subtraction. Then they will do a small looping, sir. The class will go for 30 hours to 100 hours on this. That is very basics of Python, sir. Here also you can add two things. So, for example, I can put a plus here, I can concatenate two fields. So that is how it is, sir. So for example, see here, sir. CNX, in the field called CNX, this particular string has been loaded and this CNX is supposed to be written here. So just a string operation is being handled. So this is the first level of learning in Python, sir. If you have any other programming language background, the first level will be very easy. Level 2 of learning is this notebook, or directly also if you can learn through this notebook, where you can write scripts running over from 5 or 10 lines to 100 lines, achieve a significant data, results can be taken in a Excel file or a CSV file, anywhere inside our office. Unfortunately, you cannot give this code to others. Others will think, what is this? How can I have a Jupyter notebook and run? So in that case, you would have seen my website, gstauditor.in. Am I right, sir? It works in Python. It works with Python, sir. The entire site running in a Python, small line of around 4,500 code, sir. Little over 4,500 lines of code. Basic code will be like 400, 500 lines. Then it will B2B, again B2C, it's copied. It is 4,000 lines of code. This site is running, sir. And unfortunately, this home page is HTML and CSS, I agree. I'm very bad in HTML, sir. And there's a small intern for me in my office. He designs the user interface. So I'm not that good in this user interface. You won't believe, sir. Can you just guess what could the amount I've been spending on this site to keep it running? It's converting hundreds of entry. In last December, I can have 300 hits a day. I can able to, every month is around, now it is on an average around 2,000, 3,000 hits in the site. Can you guess, sir, what kind of time or amount I'm spending to run this site happen? Any guess, sir? No, I'm not spending 1 rupee, sir. GSTauditor.in I purchased like 4 or 5 years back for one sum of money, 2,000, 3,000. This site is running free. My website Ramajayam.in is running free. I'm using a cloud-based product called Amazon EC2 server, which gives you a 1 year free server. Second year I migrate to another server. That's it. The site is running free. Now I have to have a one Gmail account. So and I have to pay 2 rupees through a credit card. That's it. Done. So this site is running in Python using a framework called Django. D-J-N-G-O, Django. So these are the 3 levels of Python, sir. You have to start with basics, then you can stop with the Jupyter level notebooks, write scripts and do. If you want to render a product, because I don't want to give my course to others, that is why I put a website like this. So any other questions, sir, before I move on to the next item? Next item is very interesting. It is GST forensics using same Python. Yes.
What will be the path where should we go? Should we have to analyze what it is?
First one, sir. See, it requires all timing, sir. See, somebody asked me in the middle, Ram, where you started and how you have entered, what is the time spent? I believe that I would have spent around 10,000 hours. There is not even one guide to me. Not even one guide to me which Python application I have to start with. From the scratch, I was scratching my head. I started to learn one by one. Later I found out, Django only you can make ready a website. First I wrote in Jupyter notebooks I was running. Then I'm scratching my head. How do I give this to the client? How do I ask this client to copy it in a Jupyter notebook and run? Then I put it in the Django framework. So it's all, depending upon the caliber of each and every individual, they can start with anything. If they are having a decent programming background, they can just go on with Jupyter notebooks. There is no straight jacket case on each and everyone to what is the learning path to this. Any other questions, sir? Yes. Sir, this particular script is available in the same GitHub page, sir. Also in your Google Drive sheet, sir. I will share it in the meanwhile, sir. So next one. How many of you how many of you recent times getting more GST notices, sir? Then normally you get. Can you raise your hand, sir? I have a solution for you. Yes. There are very few, sir. I think many of you practitioners are working, not working. There are.
They are not checked the portal.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
have 3 years notice. We
Yes.
did not verify.
Yes. Many are not checking the notice, sir.
Called us, we knew that there are 3 years pending notice.
Yes, yes, yes. Yesterday also I came to know, sir. You know, you all know a political case you all be following. Yesterday there was an argument in the court. No, there was a notice is not served before the arrest of the gentleman. And you know, unfortunately, the ED argued that notice was sent as email at 12:15 a.m. in the morning. So that is a due notice before an arrest of individual, as per the ED's version of yesterday's argument in the High Court, I guess. So there are a lot of notices being sent. The primary contention of the notice, or 90% of the notice, is it on the input area or output area, sir? Input only, sir. You all know what kind of versions of the site is. I can still recall. First month, July 2017, I used to file 2 GSTR 2 for my client. Anyone filed a GSTR 2, sir? Yes. Then after 3 months later, they introduced 2A and they said it is applicable from July 1, 2017. So weird law, and 9th of October 2019, the rule was introduced to cap the limit at 20% and stating it as a provisional credit. Still there is no clarity whether the provisional credit finally should appear in 2A or not, we don't know. Many departments are either wise. They are saying no problem, no, I'm not appearing, no problem.
Each one has his own version.
Each has its own version. Then December they said not 20%, 10%. 1 year it ran with 10, then 5 and then 0. Now they are saying you have to go as per 2B only. Okay. Again they are going to introduce AA to section 16 subsection 2 and AB to section 16 subsection 2, which are not notified. I think there will be a 2C or 2B will come, they will further reduce it. So this is the scenario, sir. Sir, I'm getting weird notices 2 months back. I don't know, please confirm whether you are getting. In the analysis, input analysis, they're giving me one value, sir. Around 13,15,000 something is missing. Please pay. The reason is supplier is cancelled. Very simple. Unfortunately, sir, in the books of accounts, there are 1,700 suppliers for that entity. I replied. I was about to reply. Finally, 1 month back, Orissa court came with an order. You cannot just give a summary breakup like this. You have to specifically say what is the violation. So I just gave a reply citing that case and giving the party where it got cancelled. Now the problem is the section 16 subsection 2, not only current condition, there are futuristic conditions. Me 180 days or you will pay the vendor 180 days. I will do a horoscope and see the project my cash flow. Assume that I will pay 180 days, then only I will take the credit. Humanly impossible, sir. And also the law is very tedious. Technically it requires, if there are 8,000 suppliers in your case, what the law honestly requires is you need to have 8,000 security personnel with the LATI, send it to the vendor office on GST on 10th, and with the LATI you need to stand and make sure that he files a return. This is what government expects from the taxpayer, honestly. But these kind of notices where they claim 17, 18, you have one supplier where it is cancelled, please pay 13 lakh. These kinds of notices are coming. Now again, we are signing one certificate in section 54 with respect to refund. We all know there is a fake GST registration available. There is a fake ITC credits. Bill entries are made. Bill purchasing is done. Everywhere it is done. There is no supply of goods or services, but there is a supply is made. There is a dummy entries in eBay bill. Dummy e-invoice is being generated. Now, any solution, sir, in order to detect this from the forensic angle? Any have a suggestion to find this? Anyone, sir? Yes. Any suggestions, sir, to give a complete one-stop solution for the clients in terms of this fraudulent activities with respect to GST? No. Even I didn't find anything, sir, until last month. I came out with a tool called Finamics, FYNAMICS. It's shared as this file has been already shared. If I log in, Finamics, it'll ask me a username and password, sir. I've already created an account. I'll log in with the username and password. So this particular tool, you have heard about something called GSP and ASPs. So this person is a GSP where he has a API level integration with a live GST site. So this particular person, you can pay 500 rupees, you can load some money. For every question you ask to him, he will respond you back with answers. He will charge you 10 paise for every question. 10 paise. So, what kind of questions you can ask? So, there are some client keys which are generated. There are some secrets which the client secrets and other things which generated, which will take you through something called API documentation. So, this API documentation will help you in taking the data from GST sites without any login. You can go and check thousands of vendors in 1 second without actually logging in. All data, live status, whether they are cancelled, active, whether they are only dealing with goods or dealing with services, what is their address, what is their additional address also you can be able to find. So this is the API, it's called a public API. Without a login into any user, you can be able to get the taxpayer details. You can be able to get whether dealers filed a return or not. So you pass on this API code, you'll end up with a JSON file like this, which will give you the live information from the site, whether this moment that particular person is cancelled or not. This moment, how many years of data, what is the filing status, whether all the period GST 1 and 3B filed or not. So what is the status, whether they are, for all the quarters, whether they are monthly filers or quarterly filers, you can able to get just by passing the GST number of the vendor. Passing the GST number of the vendor. I'll quickly show you, sir, how this can happen. So in the data which has been shared, I'm currently opening it. So there is a file called API to get the tally data, which has been shared, discussed. You can check there in the GitHub. API call for GST forensics. I'm opening the file. It will have like underlines of junk. I'm copying the entire data. Going back to my Jupyter notebook. That old code can be above. Bottom I paste this. Yeah, pasted all the 300 lines. I'm going to run this code, sir. If I run, I have to click somewhere inside this box cell and click run here. Yes, the star mark says it is running. So the line which you are seeing is a API call. Like you have seen SQL connection query, API call is a latest development. I'll quickly give you how this life cycle of this API call comes. Sir, when at times like 10 years back or 12 years back, we had a manual return filing. Later, we had a Excel-based utility filing. It was there available in the website. Then Excel utilities came where it creates a XML-based file we upload. Then Excel utilities came which creates a JSON file we upload. Then Java-based utilities coming, we are creating JSON file and uploading. So income tax site itself giving software which basically creates a JSON file and uploading. This is the life cycle in uploading the returns. But currently you would have seen in Tally, after passing the entry, a click of a button, e-way bill will be generated. A click of a button, e-invoice will be generated. All working on this API principle, sir. All working on this API principle. No one in this room will know how to run an API call. API call will be similarly like this, sir. But if you ask me, what is the other usage of this API call? Only to generate e-way bill or e-invoice? No, sir. The moment you open a Uber app or a Swiggy app, it takes the API call of your geolocation and posts it to the server, Swiggy server. It replies back with you the list of restaurants available in this. You click on a restaurant, it does an API call, get the menu. So this is how Swiggy app works, your Uber app works. Almost every app in your mobile, irrespective of fact whether it is an Android or iOS, it works on the principle of API calls. But unfortunately, we as a normal chartered accountants never know what is the API call. So this is a API call. This authentication token and authorization alone, you need to log in into that website, pay 500 rupees, or there is a free version also, sandbox access is available. These particular two codes you need to get it. You can use it, sir. I paid 500 rupees loaded in a demonstration site, which you can run. So now I'll show you what this API call has done. Sir, if you see my system, there is a file called sample.xls where I have the list of GST numbers. And another file, GST filing status, also is being created 2 minutes back. I'm going to open that file as well. So this is a sample file, sir. I've sent in 5 GST numbers, just as sample. I've already saved it in that particular location. So another output file by the name of filing status has come in, sir. See the fields which has what kind of information it has, sir. It has state jurisdiction code, it has state jurisdiction name. Every time we are logging in, finding which is the status, what name it is. Morning, Mr. Narsimhan spoke about trade name and legal name. I've taken both, sir. Legal name is there, trade name will follow. Whether it is a registered regular dealer or a composition dealer is listed here. The GST updated, any updating, any amendment they have to make, what is the date of amendment? GST number, last update date of registration, type of organization, trade name. So we have always have a confusion between this trade name and legal name. Both the information has been pulled in. Status, active, cancelled, suspended will also come here, sir. Sir, very simple. End of the year, we can consolidate all the 2A